welcome to Deeside Motorhomes. Sunny weather as usual in Scotland, perfect day for showing you around your motorhome. To start with, you've got two keys. One works the driving side of things, the other one works the habitation and all the locker keys, locker doors within the van itself. Okay, as far as this is concerned, it's lock and unlock, as in most vans. You can lock it and unlock it in the door if you want. What else you require it for is the bonnet. Okay, so it's a case of putting it in, turning it anti-clockwise to unlock it, but it won't release, so you have to turn it clockwise. It will release the bonnet so you can lift it up. Here we have the reservoir for the window washers, and down in here, the yellow handle down there, that's the dipstick for the oil. We'd like to check it probably once a week at least when you're away. Okay. Around here, I'll show you here the diesel is put in. Okay, so here is a diesel, and below it is AdBlue. AdBlue and diesel, they have to come back full when you come back from the hire. Okay, they're full when you pick it up and they're full when you take it back. Okay, and close that. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier on, this key works all the lockers within the van itself, including the habitation. Okay, what I ask you to do is, or what's a better idea to do is, once you unlock it, it pops out. I would lock it again. So when you're finished, all you have to do is pop it back in, and that's it, ready to go. Okay, so lock it, and then unlock it, and lock it again, and then away you go. Inside here, we have two gas bottles. Okay, now there's always one gas bottle full, and one gas bottle has got some left. It could be half full, it could be 3/4 full, I don't really know, but there's always one full. Okay, to operate it, it's just a case of shutting the gas on. It's just a case of turning it anti-clockwise until it's fully on, and that's all you have to do with this one. Okay, in here also we have got the cable for electricity. It stays in here. Okay, and we'll show you how that works later on. And we've also got a water pipe for topping up your fresh water. Okay, and it's just a case of putting it on the other side, and I'll show you the other side later on. Okay, so that's everything in here at the present moment. There is obviously a key for changing the bottles over. Once one gas bottle is finished, change the other gas bottle, and of course it's a left-hand thread, so when you think you're tightening it up, you're actually slackening it. Okay, and that's everything in there, so we'll close this. Okay, and we'll show you around the van. So here, under this catch, we have the power point for being, when you're on a campsite, plugged into electricity. And it's just a case of lifting the flap up on the end of the socket, the extension cable, and just pushing it in there. When you pull it back out, make sure you pull this down before you pull it out. Okay, this lever here, and that unlocks it from in there to release it. Okay. These catches here are just for catching this door once you open it. Okay, so again, same as I did the last time, it's open, it's locked, so lock it again, unlock it, and then lock it again before you take the key out. In here we have, first of all I'll tell you, this is for catching the door, sorry. Okay, so that keeps it from blowing around and smacking in the head when you're trying to do something in here. Underneath we have a space for storage. We also have the equipment for taking the spare tyre off and putting tyres on. Okay, up in here we have, this is obviously the bottom bunk, the top bunk's above here, but this lifts up out of the way and can be held up in that position if you require a larger garage to store things in. Okay, there's a door at the other end which is exactly the same as this door, and it just means you can get in from both sides. Okay, so again, once you're finished, push it shut, push it in, and it locks. Okay, like that. 4 bike rack, which can be hired if required. Again, we've got another door we pointed out on the opposite side of the van, and then we've got the toilet cassette. Okay, so it's a case of pushing these two buttons in. Okay, and then here we have toilet chemical, toilet fluid for keeping the tank fresh, and also the cassette for the toilet. To remove it, it's a case of lifting up this blue tag here, and the whole lot slides out. Once it's come out, unscrew this bit, okay, and then it's a case of pouring it down the receptacles on the caravan sites. Okay, it must be poured down a receptacle on the caravan site. There's a blue button here you can press to stop it airlocking from inside, and then you can, once you've got everything out, you can open it up, put in some more water, make sure it's all clean, pour it all out, and then put in ½ litre of water. Okay. Also 10 millilitres of that blue chemical I was talking about earlier on, and that just keeps the smells down. Close this, put the lid back on, put this cap back on, slide this back into position. It's a case of just sliding it back in, it's good to go. If, however, you lift this up and it doesn't want to come out readily, it means there's a handle in the toilet which has to be in the closed position, which we'll show you later on. It has to be in the closed position before you can pull this cassette out. Okay. Chemical back in here. Okay. Now under here, you can see we have the wastewater. Okay. So it's just a case of that's it closed, and you pull that handle, and there's a tank underneath full of the wastewater from the sink and the shower and the kitchen sink, and it's a case of driving over a designated area in most campsites, drive over the top of it, then you just pull this handle and let everything drop out. Again, this should be emptied before you leave the campsite. It comes into this tap here, this hose here. Okay, so just close that again. Here we have the water filler, so it holds about 100 litres or thereabouts, and it's just a case of taking that hose from the other side, attach it to the tap on site, put it in there. Once it runs, water starts to run out, it's full. Okay, and here we have the outlet for the gas heater for your hot water and your blown hot air. Okay, now this window here, you can see it's got that little black shape, little black thing here. That's a safety device. Okay, this window has to be closed, so that is pushed in like that. It has to be closed before this heating will operate, because the fumes come out of here and into the window, and if that's open in any way, shape or form, it won't work. So the window has to be closed when you're operating the heating and the water. Okay, and basically that's it on the outside. So we'll go inside and we'll show you the rest of it inside. So again, we use this to lock it, unlock it. Okay, and once we're inside, okay, come on in. It's our first glimpse of the motorhome. Okay, so up here we've got the controls and the power for the vehicle when you're inside it. We'll start up in the top. So the on-off switch is in the bottom right hand corner, so it's just a case of pressing it and it'll come on. Okay, we'll start up in the top left hand corner. This is the water pump, so, and you probably just heard it there in the background. You need that needs to be on to have water to come out the sink, the shower and the toilet to flush. Okay, if it's not on, it won't work. Okay, this one here is it doesn't work. It's for a light on the outside of the van, but we don't have one. This one here is for lights within the van. Once you press that light on, the TV first of all works, but also the lights work, but they're individual switches all over the vans, which we'll show you on the day. This one here shows you what the temperature is inside the van at the present moment, and it is quite warm in here today. It has been closed up, but it's always like that in Scotland. Okay, up here, this is the wastewater and the fresh water. So what it's saying to us now is S1. It's the fresh water is 33% full. It goes up in increments of 33%. Same with the wastewater. So you press it once, you get the blue S1. It tells you how much fresh water there is. Press it again, gives you R1, which tells you how much wastewater there is in the tank. Okay. It goes up in 33%, so 33, 66 and 100. I would suggest that anytime you're staying in a campsite, you fill it with fresh water and get rid of all your wastewater. Okay. This button here is for the leisure battery, which controls the lights and various other bits and pieces inside the motorhome itself. And this tells you how much power there is in the vehicle battery. But it'll always have a charge in it, so you can at least start it up. Okay. On this side, we have the heating and the gas. So it's a case of push the button at the bottom, okay, until it comes on. Okay, once it's on, it starts flashing. The first one there, the picture of the motorhome, tells you what heating temperature you want inside the van. So you say, yes, that's what I want. You press it again. Okay, so you can have 13 degrees all the way up to 30 degrees, I think it is, yes. Okay, so you can set it whatever one you want. Once you're happy with the temperature you want, you press that again, and that then starts flashing to say it's been activated, or not activated yet. Okay, next one along is temperature. Now this is to do with the temperature of the water. So again, it's press the button again, boost, hot, or eco. Eco is when you've had it going for a while and all you're needing is just water now and then when you're washing your hands or something like that. Hot is when you want hot water maybe for washing dishes. You just need a bit more hot water than what you're requiring before. And then there's boost. When you have a shower, I suggest you put it on boost, and that will keep up to date with your water supply as far as you're having a shower. Okay, so we'll leave it on hot. Yes, that's what we want. Okay, this one here is to do with the power. It's either gas, which is signified by the tin, or the lightning bolts, which is electricity. Okay, so you press the button again. So there's gas. Now we've switched the gas on earlier on when we were showing you around, so we're on gasless now, but you can have it on mix 1 or mix 2, which is gas and electricity, or you can have it electricity when you're plugged into caravan sites or a power supply. Okay, so we'll go on to gas because that's what we're on just now. Right, we'll go for gas, press that, and that's it. Okay, so in a minute or two you'll probably hear the gas heater and the fans heating up or starting up to get going. Okay, now it takes about 20 minutes, half an hour for hot water to get up to temperature for you to use. It might take slightly less time if you're trying to get hot air into the place. Okay, we'll go back to this again though. There's also a fan. This is to do with the speed of the fan, so it can be economical or high. You decide what you want to do. We'll say high, and away you go. Okay. Anytime you want to go back to the main screen, you press this button here and it takes you back to this screen. It tells you what the time is and what the temperature is. Okay, to switch the whole lot off again, it's just a case of pushing the button until everything goes off, and that's it. Okay, there's a booklet goes with the van, which will show you all this thing in details as well, in detail. Okay, so we'll move along towards the fridge now. So if I swap places with the camera lady. Okay, so first of all, in fact, we'll talk about the windows and stuff. All the windows have got blinds and screens in them. So the screens are obviously to keep the midgie out, which is here and there in some parts of Scotland. But Scotland wouldn't be Scotland without them. And then at night, when you're sleeping, you can pull the blinds down. I would be very gentle with these things because they are quite light to try and keep the weight down the van, and a bit flimsy. So just be careful with them. As far as the window is concerned, you can open and shut it. Oh, you can loosen these off. Okay. So it's just a case of using these style. So you push in these style of locks. You push in the button, and it opens like that. Okay. And then to open it properly, set it wherever you want. Tighten up that and the other side, and you're good to go. Okay, when you're finished, it's just a case of undoing that. It'll flap open. If you do tend to leave it in the outer slot for say overnight or when you're cooking, make sure you properly close them before you drive off, because they are notorious for getting pulled off the sides of vans. Okay, and they're very flimsy as well. So that's basically, the windows work all the same. All the windows in the motorhome work exactly the same way. Here we have a 3-gas hob, and it's just a case of utilising the clicker to light the gas. Now away you go. It's just a case of push it in, turn it on, light it, leave it for a few seconds, and away you go. All your utensils and your plates are down here. Okay. There's other cupboards round about which hold various other things, including pots and pans. Okay. And we've also got a grill cum oven in here, which is gas orientated. And again, it's just a case of whichever you want, turn it on, it'll eventually light, hold it in for a few seconds, and away you go. And then back into the middle to shut it off, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to the fridge now. Now, the fridge, to put this fridge on and off, it's a case of pushing this black button here until everything lights up. Okay, so everything's lit up. On this vehicle, to change it, we can use an automatic. So we press the grey button, okay, and we toggle backwards and forwards to what we want. So there we were on gas, okay. That one is off the battery, so that's the engine of the vehicle, but it only works when the vehicle is actually running. That's the plug when you're plugged into electricity. And this is the magic one. It's A, and it's automatic. Okay, so if when set in automatic, irrespective of what you do, gas, electricity, or running the vehicle, the fridge will alternate between what's on and what's off, and utilize the most prevalent one. Okay, so we'll put it back onto automatic, since we'll do it again. Okay, so back to automatic. Okay, press that. This is the temperature within the fridge itself, so you can have it a lesser temperature, or a more of a temperature, or cooler. That's the coldest setting, and then you press that. Okay, and they'll all light up, and it'll actually figure out which one's it's going to be using, which will be gas at the present moment. As you can see, the gas is there, and it'll go off, and that means it's working. Okay, and as long as that's off and this button's still on green, you're good to go. Everything's fine. You can get your Prosecco and everything in there. Okay. Above there is a bottom area as well, so you can get big bottles of Prosecco. Okay, above it we've got some space. There is this is the power for the aerial for the TV, which doesn't need to be touched. There's also the equipment up there for the solar panel, which is in the roof, which tops up the batteries as you go. Okay, so we'll leave that. That's that. And now we're into the toilet. Okay, so as far as the toilet is concerned, as I said earlier on, the toilet itself swivels out of the way, so it's not in your way. To operate it, it is a case of lifting us up. This is the handle I was telling you about, so this has to be in the open position. Okay, so that's open back the way. Has to be open position. Do what you have to do, and then you press this blue button here. And wait for the water to drop. And close it again, and that's it. Okay, again, make sure that it's closed before you can take the cassette outside. There's various cupboards in here, and it's all like everywhere else in the van. It's all push buttons for storage and various things. There's a shower there, which operates once you've got the hot water up to standard. Okay, all the handles, all the water, as far as the water is concerned, they're all roughly the same. Left and right is hot and cold, and in and out and up and down is on off. Okay, it's just a mixer tap. You'll manage to figure that out. Other thing we've got here is two windows on the roof. Okay, now they can, in a fine day like this, you probably have them fully open, but when you're closing them, make sure that it goes up past this little button here, so it's properly locked down before you drive off. Again, they're quite flimsy, so the wind is easy to get hold of them. At night, or through the day, that's at night. Through the day, to keep the midges out. It's the same in the other window on the roof, except it's a winding handle here for opening and closing. Okay, and again, it's got blinds in the fly screen. Okay. The bed, this folds down into a double bed, and it's a case of pulling these bits out. Okay, and there's extra cushions and pillows we used to put out here, so you can make up a double bed for sleeping. Okay, but again, we'll show you roughly how that works when you arrive. The table, all you do with this is push this button so that folds that up like that, and then you lift it off the hooks and put it on the edge of the, put it on there's another bar down below. See the bar at the back? You put it on that bar, and then it sits there and sits slightly out, and makes up a double bed. Okay. It's a van. It's got 6-speed. It's got cruise control, air conditioning. It's a radio. There's a place you can put in a USB so you can play your own music in it as you go along, and there's various 12-volt outlets for charging your phones and stuff like that. There is one plug under here which you can use for, which is 240 volts, but you can only use it when you're plugged into electricity. Obviously you can't use a hairdryer and stuff like that when you're driving along the road or in a campsite with no electricity, but when you are plugged in, you can use that. Okay, and I think that's about it really. Have a great holiday. Hopefully the weather's like this, which it always is in Scotland, and we'll look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye.